Hey guys, Deslater Magic here, and guess what? Another pro was caught potentially cheating at a large tournament on camera for a lot of money. I know, I'm as shocked as you are. So according to the useless, barely readable garbage overlay, somebody with the last name of Lee is on the left, and then we've got Shahar Senhar on the right. I love how Wizards of the Coast is all like, oh, I mean, you don't need to know their first names, but what country they're from, I mean, come on. Gotta know how diverse we are. That's right, Wizards of the Coast thinks that country of origin is more important than the person's actual first name. Or at least Channel Fireball does. So anyway, 18 to 20, it's a 0-0 game here. Although next to Lee's name, it has one little dot filled in with like a white dot in the black circles. I'm sure that means something. I don't know how to read this stupid interface. This overlay is a complete dumpster fire. It really is. This took place at the World Magic Cup. I don't know where it is. I don't even know what that is. Who cares? All right, let's roll it. So he untaps for turn. It's a treasure map right there with 2 counters, pays 1. And he goes for the scry. And I believe he puts it on the bottom of his library. Yep. And then he draws for turn. And then realizes he's supposed to flip it. That is a misplay if I'm not mistaken. So he flips over treasure map, which should have happened instantly after resolving the scry, drops out 3 treasures, boom, draws for turn again. So he forgot that he drew a card and accidentally drew it twice, right? Because he got all flustered by forgetting to flip his treasure map. He brought out the treasures and then he just wasn't thinking straight, right? A lot of people are saying that because just simply Senhar is not known for cheating. He's got a reputation for being like a proper player. And that's about it for evidence that it was an accident, is just, oh, he's nice. The sequence of events, the way I see it, is somewhere in the middle, but let's break it down. So during his upkeep, treasure map. Everybody does that. Goes to 3. Cool. He goes to his draw phase, draws a card. Then he realizes, oh crap, I missed the trigger. Let's go back and flip it over because that was supposed to happen during my upkeep. Now, what happens if you miss a trigger and proceed to the next phase? Then you miss the trigger. Congratulations. See you next turn, unless it's mandatory. And treasure map does not say may. It is not optional. So what you should do is call a judge on yourself or Lee, who apparently fell asleep or wasn't paying attention. I don't know what the hell Lee's problem is. He needs to watch his game closer, obviously. Seriously, it is amazing how bad at watching Magic these people are, considering how much money is on the line. It's astonishing. Anyway, so the judge should have came over and he would have been like, oh, I accidentally proceeded in my draw phase and then drew a card, but I didn't flip this. I missed the trigger. They say, okay, correct the board state. You get a warning, blah, whatever. I guess, everybody's so scared of warnings. Well, then play correctly, dumbass. Treasure map is not complicated, Senhar. Stop screwing it up. You've done it 100 times. So then, since normally you would flip your treasure map over during your upkeep because that's when all of this resolves, then he thinks, cool, let's go to our draw phase. The problem with that is it's been, 7, 8, 10 seconds tops? I think he remembers drawing a card. There is no way that he doesn't remember that he drew a card because you would draw it, look at what it is, see how it affects the board state, and then he would look down and be like, oh crap, I didn't flip my treasure map. He knows that he drew the damn card. Unless he got so flustered over, oh, whoops, that's call a judge overworthy. And then he real quick flips it, hopes that Lee doesn't say something, and he's so flustered that he legit forgets. Like in that state of mind, I could see it. Somebody just playing the game out, like, oh, okay, let's flip it. Like he doesn't even remember what phase it is, I guess. Just casual, oh, I don't think there's anything wrong. There's no way he wouldn't know that he drew 2 cards. No way in hell. So how badly did he need the Crackling Drake? Well, it would enter the battlefield as a 1/4 against the Enigma Drake's, I don't remember, it's 3 toughness or 4. Who cares? That is 4 attack. That's all that's important. So he could chump it once and not even trade. I mean, he basically didn't even need the Crackling Drake. But let's pretend he didn't draw that island. Okay, cool. He has 3 lands in play and 3 treasures and 2 Niv Mizzets in hand. The proper play would be to burn all 3 treasures and play Niv Mizzet. In a mirror match like this, the first person to get Niv Mizzet out wins. It's that simple. So get this, after this clip ends, the very next thing he does is play the land and drop out a damn Crackling Drake. Why? Why would he drop out a Crackling Drake over a Niv Mizzet? I cannot think of one single reason other than he was so flustered that he forgot the treasures were even there and that he thought he only had 4 lands available. That's my theory, that this is just cascading, oh crap, panic mode, and then just your brain switches off. The only other option was he's cheating and he's just such a bad idiot of a player that he didn't play Niv Mizzet. I mean, anybody, even somebody brand new to the game would be like, oh, my opponent casts lots of spells and has a 4 damage flyer coming at me. Maybe I should drop out a 6/6 flyer where every time my opponent casts a spell, bad things happen, like they take damage and I draw cards. I can't imagine why that would maybe be the correct move to completely turn around the entire game. Plus, he has a backup Niv Mizzet in hand in case the first one dies. What kind of idiot would play a Crackling Drake in this scenario? The answer is Shenhar, because that's exactly what he did. So in my opinion, that's the best defense that he wasn't cheating, that he was so messed up in his head and frantic and panicking over what just happened, because I think he knew that he flipped it late, then he knew that he double drew, and he's just like, oh crap, play a land, drop the Drake, he doesn't even remember there's treasures on the battlefield. Just absolutely oh crap mode, because he knows it's on camera. What other scenario leads to him playing Crackling Drake? I don't get it. So in my opinion, he wasn't cheating. The problem is that land was awfully opportunistic, because now he could play the island and not have to burn any treasures at all. I don't know his deck list, but I know that those treasures are damn nice for counter spells, which he wasn't holding one, but he had a lot of drawn scry power going, or surveil power, whatever. I mean, you should never burn treasures needlessly, but the thing is, I mean, he had a Drake coming at him, and he had no defense, so wouldn't really call that needless even at 20 life. In fact, I do believe he ended up losing that match. Not sure how, I'm way too lazy and disinterested to watch it, but good, because he either accidentally cheated, purposely cheated, covered it up. I mean, whatever it is, there's no way in hell that he went through the entire match not knowing what he did. I mean, let's just put it that way. So, quite simply, do I think he should be banned from Magic for life? No. Do I think he should get like a 6-month suspension for this ridiculous sequence of events? Absolutely. Regardless of intent. If you screw up, call a judge on yourself, because if you do it right away and you're just like, oh, minor infraction, oh, well, cool, then you can get on with your life. If you scramble, panic, and make mistakes and overdraw, and then it gets worse, then you realize you overdraw, and then you don't mention it and hope nobody notices, even though somebody said something about it in the Twitch chat seconds later, and you know Reddit's going to be up your ass with a microscope the next day watching the footage, and you're going to get found out, you know, maybe be a professional, call a judge on yourself, and prevent all this. So it's not that, oh, I'm going to try to sneakily double draw and I'm going to put an action in between it. I don't buy that for a second. I mean, it's not a terrifically well-planned strategy to hope that your opponent doesn't notice that you're bouncing back and forth between phases completely out of chronological order. Not a very good distraction. If anything, that would call more attention to yourself. So was this tactical? Was it totally smooth with 2 Niv Mizzets in hand? Probably not. I think he basically had the game, although he did end up losing, which is hilarious. But, you know, you could go back and forth all day on this. I mean, is this just absolutely, wow, cold, calculated, purposeful cheating off with his head? No. But should there be some consequences, and do I think he was aware of what happened? Yes and yes. Cheating is cheating, and I mean, it's almost even worse if he actually somehow accidentally double drew and didn't realize it. That lack of awareness is astonishing. But then again, we're talking about somebody who played Crackling Drake and probably lost because of it. So I don't know what to think about this, but I do think that either way, whether he accidentally cheated, then knew about it and didn't pause the game or call a judge, or purposely cheated. In any of the cases he cheated, I mean, in the most lenient of circumstances, he can't keep track of whether he drew a card or not with a 10-second window between it, and he accidentally took a trigger in the wrong phase. That level of stupidity should be a 6-month suspension by itself. If you can't track that at a basic level, get the hell out of the World Cup. Like, what are you even doing there? So like I said, suspension in any case, absolutely. I really hope that we don't get a result of like nothing coming from this. That would be disgraceful. That's why, as confusing as it sounds, when I said I don't think intent matters in this case, I really don't. It's just that amazingly bad of a misplay or accidental or purposeful cheat that something needs to happen to make sure that people pay a little bit more attention to the game when like 25 grand is on the line. What a concept. So overall, no matter which side you get on this, or whatever your opinion is, just more evidence at what a complete and utter joke pro level Magic is. Don't watch it. Don't participate in it. Don't try to get into that world. Don't go to a GP. Don't play at it. Just don't. It is not worth your time. Oh, unless you're better at catching cheaters than this idiot Lee, then you'll just cruise through. Like, literally, you'll go to day 2 just by catching 16 people in a row cheating. purposefully and accidentally, apparently. People start calling you like an angle shooter or whatever for calling people out on breaking the rules constantly, and have a judge give out game warnings and game losses like he's giving out candy at a parade, but guess what? They made a mistake. You're a pro. Consequences. And honestly, in any case, I would just assume they were cheating. Yeah, I am so fed up with talking about pro Magic. It's just this after that, after another thing like this, and another person got cheating. It's really quite bad. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next video.